So you're thinking about making that move to Chicago, and you're also thinking about purchasing a new home in Chicago or anywhere in Illinois. Well, my friend, you found the right video today, because in this video today, I'm going to break down the entire process so you can know exactly step by step what you're going to need to do and what you're going to need to have in order to make that move to Chicago as smooth as possible. All right, so you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video, I promise, so you can get all the details and all the golden nuggets that I'm going to drop on this video right now. So stick around, but we're about to get after it right now. Let's go. If this is your first time on this channel, you want to know everything there is to know about living in Chicago and the neighboring suburbs, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Chicago. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Marlon here with my team. We get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you. That's right, man. Just like you, looking to make that move to Chicago. And we absolutely love it. So what I want you to do is to not hesitate. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, whether you're moving in 9 days or you're moving in 90 days. It does not matter, all right? So we can help you make a smooth move to the city of Chicago. All right, we're getting after it today. We're going to be going over the checklist for the home buying process, all right? So stick around. Make sure you got your pen. Make sure you got your paper out, right? If this is your first time trying to buy a home, this can be an incredible and a rewarding experience right now. Don't listen to what they're all saying out there on social media about, millennials can't buy a home or Gen Zers can't buy a home. This is your time, right? It's not just a time for, the people who already have homes just to continue to get more wealth. This is your time as well. And even if that is you as well, someone who's bought multiple homes, right, then you most likely know about the home buying process already, right? So this is for my first time home buyers, my new home buyers who want to get in the game, right? And this is the process, right? So make sure you got your pen, your paper ready, but we're about to get after it right now. So first thing you want to do, number one, right? First step is you want to determine your budget, all right? You can do this in multiple different ways. You can go ahead and look at your savings. You can look at your credit score. You might have already talked to a lender as well, right, to kind of determine your budget. But you kind of want to get a range of how much you want to spend on a new home, okay? And that can be different for everybody, all right? So that's something that you want to do. You want to first, determine your budget. Look at your savings. See if you have enough money for a down payment. You might be able to get gifted as well if you talk to some different family members and things like that. I have helped clients with that as well. So there are multiple different ways that you can get some more funds if you're trying to make this purchase, right? Because honestly, let's think about it, right? It is the American dream, right? Everybody wants to eventually buy a home and, kind of live there, right? Nobody wants to rent forever, all right? Maybe some people do, but I know that's something that I never wanted, all right? But if that's you and you're like me, right, you want to eventually buy a home, then, hey, this is the first step, right? Determine your budget. Once you figure that out, then we can move on to step two, all right? Now, before we get to step two, I want to kind of break down exactly what the median home price here is in Chicago, all right? So there are no confusions, all right? So let's kind of jump to the laptop so we can see exactly what homes are selling for here in the metropolitan area of Chicago. Let's go. All right, so we're here on my computer, which is great here. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so we can see what the median home prices are here in Chicago, all right? So let's check them out. All right, so I got a MLS search here pulled up here so we can see exactly what the homes are selling for here in Chicago area, all right? So we got Chicago pulled up here. Here's the neighborhood search. Here's some of the trends right now. We can see that it is still a seller's market, right? So that's kind of good. But what we really came here to look for was this sold price here, which is $375, and the value, right, the market value price, $341, right, is the median home prices here in Chicago. Now, those numbers are including condos, townhomes, and apartments. Let's go ahead and just make it single family homes across the board here, and then see how that changes our numbers, all right? So we can see here that the sold price goes from $375 to $390, okay? So that kind of that went up, right? So homes are selling for more than they are listing for because the value of the homes are $356,000, all right? So that's kind of where the median is in Chicago. Now, as you get out further into the suburbs, that does change, right? So you kind of have to make sure you do your research there, right? And that's another reason why you want to go ahead and give us a call so we can help you do that. We can do this research for you so we can kind of just give you the numbers and then we can go ahead and make this process very, very smooth as well, all right? So those are the median prices here in Chicago, kind of give you an idea on what you can be prepared for if you are looking for a house, all right? So Those are good ranges there. So beautiful. Now, as we continue, we're going to go ahead and move on to step number 2, and that's going to be to talk to a lender. Here in Illinois, you have the ability to go ahead and choose any lender that you would like, right? You can use a bank, you can use a credit union, you can use some of the other kind of lending institutions like Guaranteed Rate, or some mortgage companies out there. There are a bunch of different ones, so it is up to you to go ahead and pick any lender that you would like. Now, here's the first tip I'm going to give you, right? So make sure you got your pen and your paper down. Write this down, okay? Is that when you are going ahead and choosing a lender, right, you can go ahead and get pre-approved from many different lenders and have it show up on your credit report as one single credit pull, all right? So make sure that you go ahead and let your credit company know, right, that you are going ahead and looking and purchasing a home, so they can go ahead and group all of those credit pulls that those lenders are going to do to kind of get an idea on what you can afford here, okay? So that's tip number 1 there for you. Go ahead and make sure that you do that. But that is step number 2, right? Talk to a lender so you can kind of get a better idea on what exactly your budget's going to be when you are going ahead and purchasing a home, right? Or trying to find out exactly how much you can afford on a new home, all right? So beautiful. That's going to be step number 2. And they're going to ask for a bunch of different documents. So make sure you have those ready, your tax documents and things like that. And then they're going to go ahead and give you a pre-approval. This is very important because that pre-approval is what your realtor needs to go ahead and make any offers that the sellers are going to be willing to look at. All right. So make sure that you get that pre-approval letter from your lender and then you give it to your real estate agent, right? Go ahead and send it to me. That'll be great. And we can go ahead and keep moving on this smooth track. All right. But that's going to be step number 2. Now moving into step number 3, that's going to be finding a real estate agent. Now, right, you already got that covered because you're here watching this video today, and you're going to go ahead and give me a call today, and that's going to be great. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make sure that your process is very, very smooth. So we already got that taken care of. And just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. You can fill out the form we got on the page as well, so you can go, so we can have an idea on what exactly your budget is and what areas you are looking to move to. All right, so that'll be helpful for us. But that is step number 3, is find the real estate agent. But hey, we got you covered there. So just go ahead and give us a call or shoot us a text, or you can send us an email as well. But that is 3. Now let's move on to 4. 4 is start house hunting, right? So you want to go ahead and start looking for a house when you give your realtor this pre-approval, right? What we're going to do, right, if you choose to go ahead and give us a call, is we're going to set you up on an automatic search looking for exactly what you are looking for, right? What are your do's and your don'ts? Right? What are your make it's or your break it's? All right. So you want to make sure that you have this list of, of criteria, right, that you want in your new home. Okay. So we can make sure that we niche it down and we can find the perfect home for you and your family. All right. Because that's what it's all about. All right. Now, when we are doing this home search, right, what I would suggest, right, here's another tip for you, another gem, is that we don't search for homes at the top of our budget, right? That leaves no room for negotiation for you. Okay, so what you want to do is kind of find that good range and kind of try to find a good home in the middle of that range. But hey, again, it's ultimately up to you. If you want to go all the way up to the top, then by all means, that's going to be, something that you're just going to have to take on. But I'm just here to help you. And that's what I was going to say about that. All right, so make sure that you figure that out. And then when you are looking for homes, make sure, that you go ahead and like the homes as well that your realtor are sending to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to send you a bunch of different homes. And then any of the homes that you really like, you can heart them, you can save them, right? You can send us back the address and we can look further into that home. And then we're going to move into step number 5, which is to make an offer, right? This is the exciting part. This is where the negotiation starts, all right? So, right, bear with me here. You're gonna make an offer on a home. It may get countered, it may get accepted right away, depending on the situation that the sellers are in, if they have multiple offers or not, right? And in this crazy real estate market that we're in right now, right, you've seen it on the computer, right? We're in a seller's market. So, there are chances, right, that, if the house was just listed, that you can get into a negotiation battle with many other different buyers who are trying to buy the same home as well, right? And you want to make sure that your offer stands out to the sellers, okay? So, right, talk to your realtor, right? Talk to us, right? We're going to make sure that we put forth the best effort for you so that you can get that home if that's something that you really want to get, all right? So that's gonna be step number 5, which was to make an offer, all right? So once your offer is accepted, right, this is where it gets even more exciting, right? Now your offer is accepted, now you're about to go under contract, okay? Now in this step, this is very, very critical. Once both parties, the buyer and the seller, have signed that contract, now, right, we go into a thing called attorney review, right? And now you have to, right, deliver your earnest money, you have to have your inspection, right? And then now you're that much closer to owning your first home or purchasing your first home, moving into that home, whatever it is. That's gonna be a very exciting and a great feeling for you, okay? But you just gotta get to the closing table, okay? So now, once we go ahead and did that, right, we're gonna keep going. And you're gonna have all of those things done, deliver the earnest money, have your inspection, negotiate if we need to change anything, right? Or ask for anything from the sellers based off of our inspection. So make sure you hire a good home inspector. Right now, we have a bunch of different references for you of home inspectors. So just give us a call or let us know if you need help with that, okay? So that's gonna be that, but a home inspector is very, very crucial to the process. Do not waive the home inspection. I never advise my clients to waive the home inspection. This is something that can come back and bite you in the end. And you don't want to be that person. Trust me, you don't want to be that person, right? So get the home inspection, make sure that, you do that, okay? So that's going to be beautiful for you. Now, also, like, you have about 5 days after you sign the contract to have that home inspection. So don't wait, don't put it off, don't think it's not important. It is very important that you do that, okay? So that's what's going to be step number 7, right? I missed step number 6. Step number 6 is just to negotiate and to sign the contract, all right? So I kind of went over that one, but it's very important as well. Once you sign the contract, that's step number 6. And then there is step number 7, which is the home inspection that you typically have about 5 days to do, okay? So make sure that you get that done. Now, here's another tip and an advantage for you. Right here in Illinois, it is not required that you hire an attorney. And most people, they do here in Illinois hire an attorney when they are going ahead and buying their first home or buying multiple homes. Sometimes it's because it gives you an added edge, I would say, because the attorney is also going to look out for your best interest like your realtor, but they are also, more equipped in the legal field, right, to handle contracts and things like that, amendments, things like that. And they are very good at keeping track and making sure that the transaction goes through very smoothly as well. So I always encourage and recommend, right, that you hire an attorney, but you ultimately you don't have to, right? So that is just an option that you have here in Chicago, all right? So once you go ahead and get your home inspection done, then we're moving on to step number 8 is finalizing your mortgage, right? So then you're gonna go ahead and go back to your mortgage lender after everything else is complete. Things are running very smoothly, right? Things are going great. And now you're gonna go ahead and send in those last couple documents that your lender is gonna ask you for to go ahead and finalize your mortgage and to make sure that that mortgage contingency is still met, right? And that you are still going to be approved for the mortgage. Now here's a tip here, right? Things that can throw you off, things that can derail your home buying experience is you going out and affecting your credit during this process, right? So don't go out and buy furniture before you close, right? That's something that you should not do, right? Don't go out and finance a new car before you close, right? That's something that you should not do, right? So don't go out and buy a new, big, diamond engagement ring or a big, chain or something right when you're about to close. Don't do that because that's going to affect your credit. And then you may not qualify for the loan, all right? So just make sure that you are well aware of that. And that's why you're here on this video today. So you are well aware of it. So I appreciate you for rocking with me, right, and getting this information, all right? So hopefully you wrote that down as well. Now, as we keep going, that we're handing in all the extra documents for the mortgage lender, right? They're gonna order us an appraisal, and that appraisal is gonna come out and go ahead and appraise the home for us. And we can kind of make sure that everything is gonna go smoothly with our mortgage that we're trying to get from the lender, all right? So that appraisal is part of it. That is step number 9, excuse me. All right, so moving from step number 9 to step number 10, that is going to be to prepare for the closing, right? So now you're right there, you're right there, right? You're gonna get some extra documents emailed over to you, right, about the closing, right? You're gonna make sure that you have your moving stuff ready to go. You made sure that you didn't buy anything, you didn't affect your credit at all when you were going ahead and trying to get this mortgage, right? So closing is looking in the clear. You have a clear view of you about to close, and that is something very, very exciting, right? Woo, right? It's very exciting. Okay, so now as you are preparing for the closing, right, you're gonna do something that's gonna be called the final walkthrough, all right? So you're gonna go ahead and look at the home before the closing. I think it's about a couple days before closing, you have the final walkthrough, right? So you're gonna wanna show up there to the new home that you're about to purchase with your realtor, and then go ahead and walk through the home, right? And make sure that everything is okay. Make sure that all the negotiations and contingencies have been met, right? If there was any needed repairs, anything like that had to happen prior to closing, make sure that they are complete, and then you're gonna be good to go. So once that final walkthrough goes splendid, then we go ahead and get to the closing table, right? You bring your closing check, right? Everything is looking fantastic, right? And then you're gonna sign all the necessary documents, and then you're gonna go ahead and pay the seller what they need, and then it's gonna be all done, right? Congratulations, you just bought your first home, right? And I am very, very proud of you, okay? So congratulations, you can do it even in 2024 or 2025 or 2026, you can do it. Don't let nobody stop you, right? If you're determined, you can go ahead and go out there and get that home for you and your family, all right? So if you're in the market for a new home, or if you're moving to Chicago and you kind of want to know the process for home buying in Chicago, then that was it. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end of this video. Now, since you did stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to drop an added benefit that we give our clients, or we at least give them the option to take on when they are choosing to work with us, right? And that's going to be that we have a post-closing concierge service that goes ahead and turns on all of your utilities. They go ahead and change your mailing address. They do all of that, little nuanced stuff that you have to do whenever you're making a move from anywhere, right? So they're gonna cut on all your utilities, transfer all your mail to the current address, right? And make sure that you are all moved in and ready to, make your new home the best home, all right? So that's gonna be the last message I have to give to you. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end of this video. And if you are in the market for a new home, or if you're thinking about buying your first home, let us know, right? We'd love to help you make this process as smooth as we can be. And until I can see you next time on the next video, please give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email so we can help you. But all right, until I see you on the next video, peace.